clear, satellites everywhere, mothers on welfare. What about Medicare, ethnic cleansing, freedom pending, government spending, who are they defending? Bank rolls on pose, anything to end roll, spotlights, there goes, brass paid, their soul, step back, retract, notice where your life's at.
Where was it worth it? Got to heed the warning, see the stars are forming, not the time for stalling, look around and so I'm falling for it.
99.9 WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so time here in SVG is 7:45, and it is time for our commentary with Mr. Kingsley De Freitas. And Kingsley, good morning to you.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, that's today's Friday. So
we're so happy that you remembered.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question, right? I don't know if you were alive or you found out during the course of your life. What is the function of the National Lottery Authority? Do you know?
To support sports and culture.
To support sports and culture. Have you paid attention to that organization and the structure they created in Kingston over a period of time?
Not really. Not so much the structure of the organization, no.
Have you heard that they're trying to introduce another game for the people? They do the 3 times, but they will having several draws 3 times. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're not paying attention. Well, I understand through Mr. Jenny that this the National Lottery is going to introduce another game, extension of the other game. One will be at 10, about 11, one will be about 2, and one will be at night time, right? Well, I honestly not supported that establishment in terms of introducing more games. If you do survey and survey, great. About the forces who win prizes from the National Lottery Authority. These are people who been playing the game since it started and never win a game. And the National Lottery marketing is ours on your case. Encouraging you have to be in it to win it. And well, I've been saying it and I have never won. So I kind of ease off my contribution in terms because I think I'm investing money, which is not bringing me any return. So I am not supporting the incentive where they get to introduce an extension of the games that they currently have. I don't think our country could sustain that sort of intense marketing from the National Lottery where they're trying to see if they get people to play the game 3 times a day. They've also about they have a profit margin where they didn't define it, but they say $64 million. That's a lot of money, you know. So okay, from 4 people to the National Lottery. And when you go to the headquarters and you look at the amount of employees there, some of them are sent there by politicians and go down and tell CBI to do your job and they just put them in an office to do nothing and that is where most of the money is going. But so I am not supporting the incentive where they're creating a new game, another additional game or extension of the games that they have to encourage people to play. Because I think it's not a nice thing. Because we tell something, it's a people in 70s, they just go into every day and they meet you. Give me $1 now. Give me $2 now. Wait till they want to go play pretty hard before, hoping to win. And you will find people who will compromise themselves just for a few dollars to play this game. And it's not something that encourages. The National Lottery Authority will say they bring in some money, but if you know what some people do just to get money to pay that, you'll be surprised. But it is what it is. If people like it, and I would like to hear how people think about who, if the board of directors got the consult from the Prime Minister, who is the Prime Minister, if the Minister of Finance decide to give them the okay to introduce this new game. So it will say 2 things. Money either circulating or the gambler like so we hope are going something and move on. But so that's just my answer here for the day, okay?
All right. Thanks very much, Kingsley, and have a good one today and for the weekend.
Yeah, okay, right.
All right. And that was today's commentary with Kingsley De Freitas. And he says, the question he asks is, what is the function of the National Lotteries Authority? And by extension, he spoke about the introduction of some new games. And he spoke about, I suppose, maybe the reliance or what's the word I should use? About the frequency of how some persons play. All right. So we would get into that. All right. Our friend has been trying all morning. All right. So good morning, Dave.
How some persons. All right. So
Dave Roberts. Dave, this counting in your 3 minutes, huh?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
So I'm glad, yes. Good morning. You not hearing me?
We're hearing you. Go ahead. Everybody hearing you.
Yeah, I heard you said something. Our friend has been trying to. It seems as though you're hearing me and you're not answering. So that says something.
There was a delay. So you have a delay on your end. Before connecting, you start. Oh, there is a delay.
Anyhow, be that as it may. Yeah, a lot of us are hypocrites in this country. You know, we see things happening before our eyes. And I ask the question, if we are decent human beings, honesty should be our best policy. Because a lot of us see things and close our eyes, deafen our ears, so to speak, with what is going on in the country. Well, here now, you see this election coming here? I make no apologies. I don't have to apologize to anybody. I'm an adult, a senior citizen. Call me what you want to call me. Because some people love to, we love, as you say, Lucians would say, move along. We love to back talk, bring down, and for whatever reason, we love to destroy our own people. Dave Roberts, not in for that. So I know when I say certain things, what to expect from people who cannot appreciate what is good
All right.
and what is bad.
All right, Dave.
Or should I say the other way? Appreciate what is bad and discard what is good.
Okay, Dave. Okay. You're speaking on something specific this morning because this part of your intro we've heard already. So what specifically you want to talk about?
All I'm talking about is the attitude displayed by our people on a regular basis.
Okay.
It demonstrates that we are afraid to speak the truth.
Okay.
Anyhow, all I want to say I am hoping that we'll have a new dispensation after the general elections. No more of the current regime. Is that bold enough? You understand what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
I am supporting the other forces, opposition in whatever form.
All right.
Too much of this. What to call it?
Too long in that. All right.
Dishonesty and all of that. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, Dave. All right. So, let's get back into the topic that Kingsley brought up. All right. So what is the function of the National Lotteries Authority and everything else that he discussed? What are your thoughts? Dianna, sorry.
I just feel not everybody would support the gambling something that which is what happens at the National Lotteries Authority. But I expect that the persons who do take part are adults with some level of common sense and they're aware of what they're doing. So for me, it is up to you how often you want to play. It is your money, whatever it is that you want to use to take part in these games. I expect that when they're playing these games, they understand the risks and the rewards that are involved. They understand that, the slogan is you have to be in it to win it. Never mind, I've been wanting to win and I don't play, but I believe in miracles. You know,
You've been wanting to win, but you don't play?
No.
So how are you going to get it?
I believe in miracles.
Oh, you mean you're going to find somebody ticket floating on the
No,
ground?
I'll just hear my name called. I'll just hear, hey. Well, actually, don't call your name.
Exactly.
I'm gonna work on that, okay? But I just expect that they understand what they're doing. And for me, you could play as much as you want. You could play as long as you want because it's your money and you have to know what it is that you are doing with the money for this particular thing. So if at any point you decide you want to stop, that should be up to you. I don't feel like they're forced into playing the games. I feel like they willingly play the games because do we play? Do you play? On a
sometimes,
regular?
Not on a regular, but sometimes.
Were you forced? You feel like you were coerced into play? Nah, so you see, I bought a first few scratch tickets a couple of times, and it's not because I heard any ad or because I heard anything. I wanted to go and buy a scratch ticket and see if I would get something, you know. I don't buy it frequently, so I feel like it's up to the people, man.
Yeah.
That's the most I could say at this time.
All right. Now, from my thoughts, right? So the lottery supports sports and culture and education, right? I don't think the education part is included in it, but I have heard of students who have to, let's say, pay for CXC subjects or other things that sometimes they're sent. I don't know who sends them to the lottery, but persons go to the lottery. So it's sports, culture, and education. I don't know if they do anything else, but that's is what they do, right?
Just to add to the education part, they would also assist with transportation. So let's say you I don't know, you need some help with whatever area and you need transportation because you probably are coming from far. You can get help with that as well. Yeah.
Okay. Or like a transportation allowance or something. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. They know that. All right. All right. So my thing with this is, Kingsley, I did see the headline in terms of the profits that they made, but I did not read the article, right? So that's that was just that piece. You see, the thing for me when it comes to lottery or gambling on a whole is you have to know your limits, right? But there are times when I do wonder if some persons know their limits. And sometimes I do wonder if for some persons it's an undiagnosed addiction, right? There are times when, you know, you would hear some persons going to buy 3D. 3D is called what? Twice a day, I think? We that will tell you how we're not playing it as much.
Probably, you know, I think midday for sure.
There's midday and there's one in the night. So yes, it's at least twice a day, right? But there are some persons who religiously play for both sets, right? My concern is if you are going to take, especially let's say if you have a family or you are the sole breadwinner within your family, and you have, let's say, your last $5. And rather than buying bread, you are going to take your chance on buying a lotto with the hopes of winning big, right? And part of me wonders if the profits that they have realized, it's because winning the lotto seems to be the only way out for persons. I will admit that for maybe 2 years or 2 to 3 years on a straight, I bought a lotto, same numbers, spelling what it is that I was playing the lotto for, right? So whenever it is that I could get the chance to, that time I was walking, I had to catch Van Tokyo. So I would pass a lotto booth, a place selling lotto, and whenever it is I had the opportunity, I would just stop there and play back the same numbers and never win, right? And what it is I was playing the lotto for, I ended up getting anyways without thing, right? So my whole thing is that I was not dependent on winning this lotto. I was hoping that I would win it, but in the interim, I was working towards what it is that I was hoping to win my earnings or the jackpot would have been, right? So my whole thing is that you should not have this dependency or thinking that winning the lottery is going to be your only way out. Are you actually working towards the goals that you want to accomplish? The reason why it is that you're playing the lotto, all right? And I don't want for it to be a case, but it's already a case where for some persons, it seems to be their only way out. And for me, that is unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
things like that, things like the lotto one things like that can become addictive, as with other substances. I got to substances, but other substances, yes, as well as other things in life. And I feel like at that point, it is up to us, it is up to you, the individual, to put your senses intact, to sit down with yourself, reason with yourself, gather some common sense or whatever other sense you want to gather, and decide how you're going to go from there. Because if people put the things out there for you and they expect you to use it, they expect you to do whatever it is they want you to do. But at some point, you have to check yourself. Yeah. And I think that what you were saying could tie into what this person is saying here. They think that the National Lottery needs to start a campaign about responsible gambling.
All right,
responsible gaming.
Yeah, would they actually do that? Would that help? Would that cut their sales though? Right. What it is that I do appreciate is whenever they have the ceremony when the jackpot winners come up, for Lotto and Letter Super 6, that Mr. Seeley tends to give advice to the winners, right? Telling them in terms of like how it is that they should utilize this money. I think for many persons, what they don't realize, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. There are very, very few persons who have won Lotto at least twice, right? So it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And this is why, for me, I always have this conversation with people when, let's say the jackpot is really high and they're saying that, say if I win, I'm going to give this family member, that family member, this neighbor, that neighbor. And I'm saying to people, if you think like that, at the end of it, you have nothing to show for this money, right? This is why I say, if I win, nobody going to know. Yeah, I might suspect, you might see signs, but nobody going to know, because of the fact that I need to take this money and let it work to my advantage for a long time purpose, right? And from whatever it is, the profits that I gain from whatever initiative that I do with the winnings is when it is I can turn around and help people. But if I'm going to be giving out 10,000 to this person, 20,000 to this next person, at the end of it, I'm going to end up with nothing. And then people are going to have me as a big joke saying, you was a big lotto winner and now you don't have nothing to show for it. People are going to turn around and laugh at you, right? So yes, it's about responsible gaming, but I think it also ties back to the whole financial literacy that we do not have adequately here in SVG. Not just about when it comes to gambling, to winning money, but even your own personal finances. And maybe this is why so many persons take part in lottery, because they don't have that financial literacy.
This person sounds like they in it. This person
educates us this morning.
3D is 3 times. If you can master these 3 things, you can master the game. First, 1, studying the game. 2nd, working. And the 3rd, 1 has money to keep it up. And then you can master it.
Once I said that 3D people need to have their own line, and I'm still standing on it, right? One of the worst things, because these 3D people just pull out this book on numbers, and they're telling you this is the number they're going to call it. They strategize it. Listen, when I go to buy my lotto, I just buy in 1 ticket, and that is it. I just want to bounce and go. But standing behind 3D people, boy, is stress. All right, we could take this call. Oh, we call one. All right, so we are going to head on out. Somebody was trying to call. If you call back in 10 seconds from hearing the sound of my voice, call back in 10 seconds. We take the call. But if not, then we are going to head on out of this segment. All right. So, yeah, that's it. All right. That's it. All right. So be responsible, folks. Remember that at midday, the first 3D draw will be. No, there's probably one before.
Well, treat it. Help us, please. Is there one before?
All right. So we're going to head on out of this segment at this time.